Easter eggs I found in SML movie Five Nights at Freddy's 2. At the beginning of the video, Brooklyn Guy just immediately tells Jeffy that it's time for his next night to work at Freddy's. But Jeffy says that he's not gonna go back there because it's scary, but then Brooklyn Guy says that it's called Five Nights at Freddy's, not One Night at Freddy's.
But you don't get paid unless you work all 5 nights at Freddy's. That's why it's called Five Nights at Freddy's, not One Night at Freddy's. That would be a lame game.
Which is possibly them hinting that they will end this series at the 5th episode if they ever reach it. But then Marvin tells Jeffy that he can't quit a job unless he puts in a 2 weeks notice.
Jeffy, you can't quit a job unless you put a 2 weeks notice in.
Yeah, it would look bad on your resume.
Which is hypocritical because Marvin quit his job as Hank Huckerdoo's pool boy after only working for him for 1 hour. When Marvin says that he's also gonna go with Jeffy and Brooklyn Guy, Marvin says, what if I go work at Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
Exactly why I'm not going back there.
Jeffy, what if I go work at Five Nights at Freddy's 2?
Oh, I get it.
Which is a play on words about the title and is a running joke throughout SML, where in SML movie Home Alone 2, Junior was left home alone for the second time and he says, am I home alone too?
Where is that pee-pee? Dad? Am I home alone too?
Then when all of them go back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, you can see that Bonnie actually changed her appearance from the last episode and is now Withered Bonnie. As well, Chica changed from Withered Chica back to her normal appearance, and as well, Freddy's eyes are blacked out and his teeth changed, meaning that he is in his withered form as well. Which means that even with Brooklyn Guy's new security systems, the animatronics will be much stronger. Also, in the first Five Nights at Freddy's episode, fans were complaining that when Freddy was supposed to be still, he was moving a lot, which I didn't notice at first, but looking back at it, he is moving a lot. And even after Logan heard about all the complaints, in this video, Freddy's head is still noticeably moving when he's on the ground. And then when they go to the new security room, you can see that the whole room is set up to be just like the second Five Nights at Freddy's game, since this is the second episode, because the puppet, who was also added in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, is part of the story, and they even have to wind up a music box to stop the puppet from killing you, just like you had to do in the game. And they also got the Freddy mask in case animatronics come in, which was also introduced in the second game. As well, the introduction of Balloon Boy, he was introduced in the second game as well. But before this episode came out, we got 5 leaked frames from the video, and I've already found the first one, which happens in 1 frame in between the lights going out when Balloon Boy turns them off. But after the lights get turned off, we see the second photo that was leaked before, which is when the puppet peeks around the door corner because they hadn't wound the music box up in a while. Then after Chica appears, they get scared and Jeffy ends up throwing the music box at her.
Check out the camera! Check the hallway! Check the hallway! Oh God! She's right there! Somebody throw something!
I'm gonna throw this! Yeah.
Oh, don't throw the music box! We need that!
But Marvin was the one who had to go out into the hallway to actually get it. And that's when it switches to a POV camera, and then we see the third photo that was leaked yesterday with Withered Chica staring at whoever is wearing the mask, which turned out to be Marvin. But then Chica punches Marvin right in the face and he eventually wakes up. But then we see that his face is all bashed up, which is actually a second Marvin puppet they have for situations like this, because it's the exact same puppet they used in SML movie Boys Night Out when he was beat up at a strip club. Then once Marvin returns from getting Brooklyn Guy and Jeffy's Capri Suns, they hide under the table while Marvin wears the mask and looks at the door. And then that's when we see the fourth leaked photo when Bonnie and Freddy enter the room while Marvin wears the mask and shines the light on them. But then they end up kidnapping Marvin, and because of all the chaos, they forgot to rewind the music box, and the puppet comes in and starts choking out Jeffy. But then Foxy comes in and hits the puppet on the back of the head, saving Jeffy. But that's also where we see our 5th and final leaked photo from yesterday where Foxy was holding the baseball bat. So then Foxy goes to save Marvin, and then tense music starts playing, and when they finally escape, the music ends and you hear a scream at the end of it.
Foxy's got Marvin! Come on, Jeffrey, let's go out this exit door!
Which is the exact same tense music that was used in the first Five Nights at Freddy's episode when Foxy is running at them and they close the door and the music ends and we hear a scream.
Jeffy, do you hear stomping like the pitter-patter of fox feet?
Yeah, I do!
Let me take a look. Oh, close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door! Lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it, lock it! Oh God, I forgot about Fox.
Which was also used way back in 2016 in SML movie Bowser Jr. Goes to Military School Part 2 when Brooklyn Guy burned Junior's Thomas train.
I'm gonna burn him. Yeah, that's right, I'm gonna burn him. You're gonna watch me burn him.
Then at the end of the video, Brooklyn Guy starts talking about the fact that their first Five Nights at Freddy's episode got a lot of views, and so they'll probably make a third one. And then he says that they'll have more characters they just haven't used yet, and says that Springtrap will be coming in the third episode, which is what everyone has been waiting for.
Maybe even make a new account talking about how you want another Five Nights at Freddy's video, because we still have plenty of characters we haven't gotten to, you know, like Spring Roll or Mousetrap or whatever that yellow name is.
Also, in the last video where I talked about this episode's leaks yesterday, I was correct with my theory that it would be Marvin, Jeffy, and Brooklyn Guy going back to Five Nights at Freddy's, and again when I predicted that they were gonna kill Balloon Boy, which Brooklyn Guy does after he flips off the lights one too many times. So if you want to know what SML movies are coming out before they even release, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. But those are all the Easter eggs that I could find. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.